Yeah, good morning, everyone, and thank you, Konstantin. So, as Konstantin mentioned, today we will cover our Snow adapter. It's the integration between SAP Solution Manager and ServiceNow. And William will go through a presentation and actually also through a live demo. As you can see, agenda, we're just going to go quickly of who we are and then the overview of our adapter and the live demo. You will be able to download the PDF afterwards, but you have the extra slides that will show also the new release of our adapter that's going to be in Q1 early next year. So Concorn, just quickly who we are. So we are based with a HQ in California, work with a Fortune 500 and worked with SAP for many years. And when we started also with a Snow adapter, we followed also SAP best practice. And when we worked around this adapter, we wanted to make sure the deployment and everything is very smooth, and the customers will be able to have it up and running between a week or 2 weeks. So as a company, services that we offer actually are everything around SAP Solution Manager. So from process to project, portfolio management, business processes, test management, TCOE, including the Tricentis services that we are a premium partner, the Micro Focus, and testing center of excellence for many customers, ITSM, Charm, DevOps, different development for different customers, including cloud solution, and also very focused on SAP Focus solution from Focus Build, Inside, and Focus Run. The three areas that you see highlighted on ITSM, Run SAP like effectively operation, change request management, those are the three areas that you will see a demo today, and the three areas that we integrated with SAP Solution Manager and also directly with the managed systems. So with that said, I would like to hand it over to William to go through a presentation and through a live demo. And as Konstantin mentioned, we're more than happy to answer all your questions at the end of the sessions or during the session. So back to you, William. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Walton. Thanks, Konstantin. Hey guys, William Perez with Concorn, Senior ALM Consultant. As Walton mentioned, I'm going to be showing a few slides and doing the live demo of our product today. So one of the topics in the agenda is to do a quick overview of our product, Snow Adapter, right? So as a consulting company, Concorn is we've been implementing Solution Manager services for several companies. And every time we do an implementation, our customers comes back with some questions. Hey, William, I run ServiceNow and I run Solution Manager, but there's a disconnect here and there's some pain points. We're listening to our customers, right? And what's the situation out there today with customers having ServiceNow and Solution Manager? So customers have to do a lot of manual work, right? So you may start the work in ServiceNow, then you, at some point in time, you have to jump into Charm, or vice versa. You go in Charm, then you have to go in ServiceNow to complete the process. But that requires a lot of copy and paste, emails, and spreadsheets. That's one of the pain points. Another problem with that, because you have so many, a lot of manual processes and steps in between, you introduce complexity. With complexity, you are proponent to errors, lack of visibility and traceability. Some of the customers decided, or they were questioning, hey, if I decide to do my own integration, I have developers, I have the skill set in-house, can I do it? So, of course you can do it. There comes with some problems. So when you do a custom integration, it can be costly. As you know, the SAP and ServiceNow is constantly in upgrades and innovations. So you have to keep up with them. Sometimes the resource to build the integration is no longer with you, or the documentation was poorly done. Then you're going to have a hard time fixing or maintaining that solution. Some of the solutions we've seen out there, they don't follow SAP best practices, and they end up being an uneven workflow. It's hard to follow from requirements to deploy a process, if you would say. Then another area that is being asked as interest and pain point for our customers as well is that having all the information from ServiceNow and Solution Manager in one single place, right? I wanted my business and my technical information into one UI so I can speed up my release management, change management process. Those are some of the main pain points I would call today that made us build such a product. The name of our product is NoAdapter, right? So rephrasing, it integrates SAP Solution Manager with ServiceNow. It's an endorsed application by SAP and also certified. When we say endorsed and certified, that means SAP has evaluated several applications out there, and we're the best application in the market that integrates with all these three scenarios. The three scenarios are CHARM, the change request management, application operations, pretty much any monitoring, any alerts that's generated out of Solution Manager, we can integrate with ServiceNow. Incident management to incident, so the incident management of Solution Manager to ServiceNow and vice versa. I will talk a little bit more in details about it. And the reporting, which is the central UI where you can see all the information into one single place. So our product integrates with three areas. It depends on which one the customer wants to integrate with, which one is priority, then they can choose and implement, okay? So now, as far as benefits, when you implement NoAdapter, customers will see immediate advantage on their landscape. On the CHARM integration, which is the most requested and more complex scenario, as soon as you implement, what you're gonna gain? All that data replication, right, that I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation. The user has to start in ServiceNow, type a lot of information. Then at some point it goes in CHARM to continue the work for deliver. Or the user may start in CHARM and then have to go to ServiceNow to get a change request approved. But you have to go and copy and paste information and send some emails and check with certain parties in the process to make sure the flow goes all the way to production. So we want to eliminate that, right? We don't want a dual workflow management, replication of data. Another thing that we also is going to provide you is the bi-directional integration. So as soon as the user executes the ServiceNow CR and moves into CHARM and moves the CHARM into the steps of testing, pre-production, production, you're going to gain visibility from both sides. And then you know the entire life cycle without having to look into individual in silos or individual documents. And another item that's very important, you only want authorized changes to go to production, the ones that has the proper approvals. And today, because you don't have that integration, you rely on somebody going there, validating the CHARM document, then validating if the CR is existing, and then making sure the synchronization is there. But it's all manual. With our product, we force one process flow, and then that's going to happen. You will never move things to production that has never been authorized. Okay, that's the scenario one. You're also going to see a demo in a few minutes. The second scenario is the alert direct. So this scenario is that for customers that use business process monitoring, technical monitoring, job monitoring, as you know, in Solution Manager, every time you enable the monitoring capabilities, it generates an alert. The alert resides in Solution Manager with a lot of rich information. With our adapter, we allow that alert from Solution Manager to automatically create an incident in ServiceNow, sending over all the context of that issue, and then avoiding the ping pong between the business and the technical teams, okay? So the alerts can be created automatically or manually, and I'll be showing that in the demo today. In the third scenario, which is the help directives, I like to give an example for this scenario. So you imagine you're a user, you're an ECC, SRM, FIORI application. Then you had an issue, right? A short dump. Now you need to report that short dump as an incident in ServiceNow. What we did with our NoAdapter from the backend system, you via 3 clicks, you're going to be able to submit that error into ServiceNow containing screenshots and all the details. You're not going to need to have to type the information twice. You're not going to need to take screenshots separately. The integration will do it for you. And you also see that today in our demo. The fourth one, which is the green box, is pretty much highlighting that we're going to empower reporting because we want to have all the information into one single place. We don't want to be calling your basis team every time I need a transport relationship, or is this transfer moved, or what's the name of the description, or who is the developer, who is the tester. All the information from one single UI associated with your change request is definitely beneficial. You're going to save a lot of time. I like this slide here to explain the differences between ServiceNow and Solution Manager when it comes to change management. Solution Manager, let's start with ServiceNow. On the left side, we have the ServiceNow, which is your business system. That's where your CAB, business manager, change owners, release managers will be looking at. That's the ServiceNow is usually used as your IT-wide platform to manage all changes, SAP and non-SAPs. All approvals must be going through ServiceNow for changes going to the production system. So it's your business system, it's more administrative part. Then now what happens, so the user enters a request in ServiceNow. That request needs to be delivered because it requires SAP transfers. Who does the delivery? As a Solution Manager, right? So now you go in Solution Manager, create a charm document, create a change request, create a charm document, create your transfers, then at some point you move in quality, and then at some point you need to move to production, but you need a CR to get it to production. There's a track there, and that's where we want to bridge, right? That making sure the user from the ServiceNow system can connect and synchronize with the user in Solution Manager, and vice versa, it's feeling like it's one process flow, okay? Mentioned before, so the reporting is pretty much for what we're doing. We're getting all this slide shows the flow, the diagram, how it works. So you have all the technical information from Solution Manager sending over to ServiceNow. Then you have all this details in ServiceNow where you can leverage the powerful capabilities of the platform to create dashboards and nice reporting, okay? Installation components. It's just a quick summary overview how our application is deployed. Our Snow Adapter is split in two pieces. We have the Solution Manager add-on. Like you install any other add-on, you're going to go to Sign T code, install it. Then you have the ServiceNow scope application, which is a package is deployed and it's ready to go. There's no middleware required. If you guys use mid-server, that's fine, it's supported, but it's pretty straightforward. Deploy scope application, install that on Solution Manager, configure it, and use it. Okay. Another, this slide is just a quick overview on how the architecture is built. So you have ServiceNow on the left, you have SAP Solution Manager on the right. So in SAP Solution Manager, we have all data service and REST APIs also calling REST API and services interfaces in ServiceNow. It's a direct integration, as I mentioned before. There's no middleware HTTPS. We're going to configure your firewalls and mid-service for the communication to be free between those two systems. And then one more thing that I like to highlight here, we built Snow Adapter in Solution Manager under our own namespace. That protects you for upgrades, enhancements, and any changes that SAP may receive, then you're not going to affect the project. Okay. Value proposition. Those are only bullet points about our value proposition. Of course, there's much more than that, but I like to always highlight those 5 on the screen. So, which is the reporting, how much time you're going to save when we implement our product. It's going to be a lot of time from the business, from the release manager, the change management overall, okay, because you have all the information into one place. Reduce the system downtime by quick reaction on issues. As I was describing, the alert direct and the help direct, those two scenarios allows you to quickly notify the technical teams about any problem. So if you have a major problem and it's related to a production system, it will also reduce that downtime. Reduce risk to the production system by enforcing accuracy and accuracy of one workflow, having charm and ServiceNow communicating back and forth. You will not have, or you're not miss any approved changes, or also you're not going to move anything that's not being approved to production. Save time from high cost resources. Overall, when the user comes and then interacts with the technical team because they need to raise an incident and there's a lot of back and forth and ping pong, or if it's a charm change where you need to go in ServiceNow and start a change there or going charm first, there's a lot of resources involved in any process if it's a charge or an alert, that means with this no adapter, you will reduce that ping pong. You reduce that dual management that resulting in less time and effort from those resources. And you're saving time at the end of the day, it will save you money. And then with the last one here, we increase the ROI of SAP Solution Manager and ServiceNow implementation. We're gonna leverage the best of each platform by having some adapter. So I'm gonna do a live demo of our 3 products today. I'm gonna start with the Charm integration. Before I do the demo, I always like to do this slide to explain how our product was built and then based off. So our product, when we developed this no adapter, we had to base the workflows on something. So we based it on SAP best practice. What you're seeing on the screen is on the top is the ServiceNow standard workflow for a change request, and on the bottom is the standard workflow for the change documents. So you may see a different statuses or maybe less or more status. That's not a problem. If you run Charm today, if you run ServiceNow and it has a slightly different workflow or different name, that's fine. Our product is configurable and it will be adapted to meet your requirements, okay? But the demo we're gonna be showing today is the vanilla version, which is the standard configuration out of the box. What's gonna happen, the user in ServiceNow goes as a change owner, create a new change request. Then that change request is submitted for analysis and assessment. Once that change request is set to authorize in ServiceNow, it automatically creates the change document Solution Manager, okay? Then that document now in Solution Manager goes into development where the user creates the transport. Then once it's done developing, it goes into quality to be tested. Then the tester goes test and set successful testing. What happens next? Now it goes back to ServiceNow. The CAB members will evaluate that the change that has been successfully tested and verify if everything has all the proper documentation. Once that's done, once the CAB member sets the change to schedule, this will automatically set change to approved by CAB, okay? Automatically. So everywhere you see an arrow here, that means it's a bi-directional integration between ServiceNow and Solution Manager. Today you have to, in some shape or form, you have to do it manually. So now this change is approved by CAB automatically by this new adapter. So now the release manager looks at all the changes that's being approved by CAB and is ready to set this to production. Once the change in ServiceNow goes to implement, it automatically sets the Charm document to authorize for production. And now my basis knows that everything is authorized for production is good to go. They import the change into the production system. That automatically sets the change request to review. Then after that, the change owner closes it, which also closes the associated Charm document, okay? With that said, that's how I'm gonna show you the demo. Some of the steps here you guys understand. And the objective of the demo is for you to see automation, synchronization. You see quite some benefits when you can compare with your environment, how you do changes today. Let me just minimize this. And I'm gonna go to my edge here, and I'm gonna go here. So right now, what you guys are seeing is my ServiceNow demo system, okay? I'm a user, and I'm gonna request a new change in ServiceNow. So I'm gonna go to the change module here in ServiceNow. Under change, I'm gonna click create new. And then in ServiceNow, as in Solution Manager, we have different types because those platforms are based on ITIL framework, and we support all changes, normal, standards, and urgent emergencies. So in today's demo, I'm gonna use a normal change. So the user can click on normal. So then the standard form for you to submit a normal change is loaded. All the fields that you're seeing here are standard right now. We haven't changed anything. So the workflow on the top and the fields that comes already pre-populated. So one of the things that the first question that I get when I get to the screen, say, William, but I use change requests not only for Charm, I use change requests for a lot of other things, right? Because ServiceNow is non-SAP also. How do you define what goes into Charm and not into Charm? So what we did here, guys, you see here in the category, there's a new category that I created called SAP Charm. When you select this new category here, it automatically enables the Charm integration tab, which I'm gonna talk in a minute, right? not only the category is the driver for the charm document to be created, but we can also use business service or configuration item or a combination of those three fields to determine when a charm document is required. In today's demo, what you're seeing is the SAP charm being the only item here that would drive this change to go into the SAP Solution Manager system. So after I populated the category and you guys saw the new tab being enabled here, I'm going to type a description here. Demo is no adapter, and I'm going to copy and paste just so we simplify. Okay, but here you would type the description of your change and the short description, the long description. Now let's go to this new tab here. When you deploy the scope application solution in ServiceNow, that's what you're going to get, along with the many other features. But this is one of the main features of our product, where the charm integration, you gain visibility of your change cycles and the charm documents once it's created. Right now it's empty because we have not yet initiated the charm document in Solution Manager. In this tab on the right side here, if you guys used charm before, you know it's mandatory to specify the change cycles. We made available real-time information from all your change cycles, active change cycles in Solution Manager. The user now can select it from the change request. So the user then come here, click on the search bar. You see all the different change cycles right now in Solution Manager. I don't have to maintain any middlewares or any tables. This comes automatically. I'll scroll down here and select one of the cycles for this demo. So let's, for example, this guy here. Once you select the cycle, it brings all the information. And the CI here is the production system that you're requesting this change request for, right? So if you have multiple production systems, ECC, PI, PO, BW, then you would, the same way you do Solution Manager, you also can do here. As I have only one production system, it brought by default, my one production system here on this field. Now that I have this information populated, you see here on the left side, that information is not yet populated. As soon as I get this CR approved, then the integration will initiate my charm document and then populate this field. So what I'm going to do now, I already populated my change cycle, populate this field here is on the top. I'm going to submit this request. I'm going to now search that request that I just submitted. What? This guy here. Now the person reviews this, hey, William, looks great. Go ahead and request approval for this. Okay, I'm going to go and select my CAB approval team and myself for today, so we don't have to switch users. So it's going to be the CAB approval and William Perez. Once William Perez reviews and authorizes this, that's when the charm document will be created. So right now I'm going to request an approval before the work starts. So now it says new, move to assess, changes waiting for approval. This step is where the magic happens, right? Because right now, remember, assess to authorize creates the charm document. Right now, I don't have any information here because it's waiting for approval. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to then approve this change request. I'm going to scroll down here to the approvers list, click on the requested where William Perez, and click on approve. As soon as I do that, now the integration moved from assess to authorize. The message here that we added also in integration is to instruct the user what's next, what they should expect as part of this phase of the process. So if you scroll down here, now I have this information populated via the integration. ServiceNow automatically initiated the change document Solution Manager, and you have visibility and traceability of your process from the ServiceNow change request. I'm going to just refresh my screen here because I want to show you one more feature before we jump into Solution Manager to show the relationship. Now, if I scroll down here under related links, also we have added a hyperlink. This hyperlink allows the user to navigate directly into Solution Manager to see the change document associated. If you have single sign-on, that will automatically log you in. Oh, hold on here. If you have single sign-on, then this will automatically log you in. In this case, my system single sign-on is not configured yet. This is the charm document that was initiated by the integration from the ServiceNow CR upon the approval. Now I have all the statuses. Again, I mentioned if you have different status, that's not a problem. It's already created. My ServiceNow initiated here. If I scroll down, I see all the description, the details, the change cycle that are selected. Along with that, I see here that the information of my ServiceNow ID and the status in ServiceNow. What would happen then, as based on what I showed you earlier, the user then here will then do the delivery of the change, right? You will put in development to be tested successfully, tested, pre-deploy. When you pre-deploy, this is a status that we put here to say, hey, I'm done testing. Everything's ready to go, and I'm ready for the cab to review my changes. Upon the status change of my ServiceNow change request to schedule, it automatically sets to number 7. And once I get my ServiceNow change to implement, it will automatically set status in production. So if we go back here and look at the status here, once I move this ServiceNow change request to schedule, it will then automatically synchronize my charm document to approve the cab. Once I move to implement, it will automatically set to implement until its completion. Going back to the charm document here, another thing we've done is we add a button here to allow the user also to navigate back to the document that created the change document. Instead of having to search, it's much easier just to click here and then go back to the ServiceNow CR. And that here goes my my ServiceNow CR. I didn't need to search, and I have the information here. One more thing. So if you go back to the change document here and click on edit, for example, and then set in development and save it, you see as soon as you save it here, it goes back here. It's immediately, I get the response and the update into the charm integration. There's no jobs, there's no, like, it's a matter of seconds for you to get the updated information in the charm integration. So this is the first scenario that I would like to show you guys that, that shows how the integration works between charm and no adapter. I'm gonna show a couple more scenarios. That's gonna be the alerts and the help direct, okay? Now I'm concluding the charm demo. The next demo that I'm gonna do is gonna be the help direct. I'm gonna log into my Solution Manager, back in system here. Hold on. So in Solution Manager, in this scenario, let's imagine I'm running a query, right? And that query, I'm gonna just find a short dump here just to simulate. And my query just failed with a short dump, a syntax error. So now I need to report this query to my technical team to investigate. Instead of having to create an email or go into ServiceNow manually and have to type all this information, what we've done from the help menu, there's an option here called create support message. The user clicks here, and now the system asks, do you want to take a screenshot of your window? Because most of the time, the support team requires some details or screenshots of what you're encountering and the issues you're having. So yes, I would like to take a screenshot. So right now, the integration is taking a screenshot of this and adding to my incident that will be submitted to ServiceNow. But before that it creates the incident, you need to populate some information. So what's the short text? Like query, for example, is failing. Okay, just an example. Then here you have impact, urgency, and category. All this three information comes from ServiceNow. It depends how you configure and how you maintain the information. ServiceNow will be automatically listed here in the same manner. So that way I can select the different impact, category, urgency, and then category here. So for example, I'm gonna select software here, just an example, and subcategory, I don't have one for necessary for query, and I'm just gonna select one for operation, just for the demo today. So actually, then I'm gonna put query is failing, just an example. Then once you type the short text, all the categorization items, as simple as clicking on the send and save button, this will automatically initiate the change in ServiceNow, okay? So it does not require to have ITSM configured in Solution Manager for you to consume this scenario. So the user then clicks on save and send button. Now it's using this no adapter to send this ticket or this, to raise this alert into ServiceNow as an incident. Once it does that, you will get a prompt on your UI, say, hey, this is the instant number that you have in ServiceNow. So right now it's getting the ticket created for us. So this is the instant that was initiated by the integration. So I'm gonna copy this number, go back to my ServiceNow here, and just search the number. So when I search the number, this is what just got created from the steps that I executed before. Those 3 or 4 steps that I executed automatically created a ticket for me with all the information that I populated, who is the caller, along with that, the description, right, the same description. It brought me the screenshot, SU53 report, and SU22. The screenshot that we said, yes, please take it. Here you go. All the details and who initiated and the urgency and category of all that information. The SU53 is because a lot of the times the issues is related to security. So we want to automatically send the report to the support team to eliminate that problem. So if you open here and click here, this is the SU53 report that was attached and also configurable. If you don't desire to have this in your integration, you can decide to eliminate this attachment from the instance. And the SU22 reports, because as you have a lot of the short dumps and issues, instead of having to copy and paste all that information, what you do, you send the report for analysis. So in this example, this is the report that comes attached to the instance, facilitating that communication between the technical team and the business. So this is called the help direct scenario, guys. And this is just to show backend system creating tickets automatically in ServiceNow with all the contact information, okay? Now I'm gonna show you one more demo, which is the users using technical monitor, job monitor, or business process monitoring, having the ability to send those alerts into ServiceNow automatically or manually. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back here in my Solution Manager and go to the Solution Manager Work Center. Oh, let me just go back to one more transaction here. Go to the Work Centers. So in the Work Center, you have all the different scenarios. I'm gonna just open that guy here. And then one of them is the application operations, which is the technical monitoring. Once my FIORI Launchpad loads here, I'll navigate there and then explain how it works. Okay, so right now I'm in FIORI Launchpad. If you go to the system and application monitoring, there's one tile called alerting box. Pretty much any alert that from your technical monitor, your job monitoring, process monitoring, it will be then arriving at the alerting box. So as a technical team, as a basis person, you have two options with this new adapter. You can say, hey, every time an alert is generated based on my thresholds and metrics of my technical monitoring, I wanted this alert to go into ServiceNow as an incident, or which that's the body that comes with the product. You can enable the body for automatic creation of incidents, or you can say, no, I want to select every time we get an alert, I want my basis team to come here, select one of the alerts that I think I need further support into ServiceNow, and then create a ServiceNow ticket. So what I'm going to give you, in today's demo, I'm going to do a manual process. I'm going to select one of the alerts and then submit this alert into ServiceNow. So right now, let's, for example, here, I'm going to select this Java instance is not available on the list of the alerts that I have right now. As you can see, this is the name of the alert. It has all the information of the system. If I didn't have the integration, I would have to go to the system and then manually create this ticket with all the details. So you select the alert, the name of the alert here, okay? On the alert window, you select the alert that's listed here. We have this button here that's called Send to Snow. As soon as I click here, what Solution Manager is going to do is going to create the alert automatically in ServiceNow, okay? So it's now creating the alert in ServiceNow with all the contacts, all the rich information that Solution Manager is collecting, now notifying someone in ServiceNow, hey, we have this issue and I need your help. As you can see, here's no ID and no status are also enhancements in Solution Manager side, and this is a hyperlink. So if I click here, it takes me to ServiceNow, and it's going to show me the details of that alert that is being created by the integration. So it's just loading here, just give me a few seconds. And the good thing about it is that it comes with the attachment analysis report, and the report that Solution Manager generates during the technical monitor, it comes attached to the ticket. So here's my incident, automatically created from the integration with the description, who is the person, all the details here, along with the analysis report, which I'm going to show in a minute, and all the other details of the issue. And if I open the alert, the analysis report, here, it will show you the details of the error. That will then eliminate a lot of ping pong between technical and the business, providing as much as details as you want or wish to the technical team for fixing it. So this, guys, then this can be configured. There's more to it, but if you guys, I conclude the 3 demos today: the alert, the help, the charm. If you want to hear more or see more about your product, of course we can do demos and directly to each of you. And I hope you got some to hear and see some of our projects. And thanks